We're here. We're back.
97 seconds, Bays Boys podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the greatest banter podcast of your life.
Of your life.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
We could just pack up and leave now.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. We've given out welcomes.
Now we're going to ask for your like, subscribe, ring the bell, and give us a 5-star rating on your favorite platform.
On Spotify. Listen, we appreciate
YouTube, Spotify, and all the other
listeners.
platforms.
Yeah, we're on YouTube now. We've been on there for a while. We want to give a shout out to our YouTube fan base who apparently exist.
They do.
We've been told by our admins that there's YouTube people out there. We're pretty busy. Me and AI Joe Skelly have been on the hunt for Joe Skelly. And
you may have been.
It's not.
But
yeah,
I'm not.
I think AI's dragging. AI Joe Skelly's lagging.
No.
Behind. I think he's dragging feet.
No.
It makes sense. It makes sense coming from the fake Joe Skelly. The fake Joe Skelly would go the other way.
No way.
Listen, have we talked about a train wife?
No, listen, I got something. I'm going to hit you.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I learned a
Go
really
first.
interesting fact.
Oh, I hope it's not.
Have you ever heard of hair splinters?
Oh, yeah. Disgusting. Barbers get them.
Yeah, I didn't even know this is a thing.
You're kidding me.
Had no idea. I was getting a haircut, and the person cutting my hair had a hair splinter.
Oh,
And they were talking about it, and I'm like, this is a real fucking thing? They're like, oh, yeah.
brother.
They pulled it out in front of me, and I'm like, you know how gross
Really?
that would be to have somebody's hair like a splinter trapped in your skin?
Listen, the real Joe Skelly, he's into that weird medical stuff. I can't believe you didn't know that, though.
I did not know that.
That's crazy. Okay, it's a bro, fuck.
Right off the rip. Hair
Right off the
splinters.
rip, I'm like, don't go into it, and you went right into it. All right, first of all,
I've never had a hair splinter from my own hair.
All right, I'm going to tell you about my grossest one, but this is just.
You had a
okay.
hair splinter?
Oh, I've had multiples.
From what?
Mostly, I think just haircuts, but the weirdest one that I ever got wasn't anywhere near anywhere you'd get on a hair thing. I got a hair splinter on the bottom of my toe once.
How the?
It's even grosser though. You're never going to guess.
Walking around in hair clippings?
I don't know. Guess how long it was.
Inch.
Longer.
What?
Bro, it was like this. How long is this?
That's like 5 inches.
Bro, it was.
That's a foot. That's a foot. I'm sorry.
What? Oh.
It might say 5 inches on a ruler, but just tell everybody it's a foot.
Right.
It's a foot.
So what was gross is I had it in my foot. It hurt. And I looked down and I thought it was a splinter. And I'm like, that's weird. As I look closer with the light, I see the hair in my skin turned.
Oh, it was all curled
and
up?
curled and swirled. And I was like, oh my God, my foot's growing hair on the bottom. Fucking disgusting. And I grabbed it and I just pulled it and it kept coming. It kept coming. It kept coming. It hurt. You ever had to pull glass out of your arm?
Yes.
Like how it's like shard and you can
yeah.
feel it slipping out of you?
Yes. Same thing.
That's what it felt like.
Ew.
But super minute, small. Like even needles, when you get poked with needles,
Yes.
it doesn't feel like that. And because the hair splinter is so fine that the nerve sharpness, and there's nothing there. So you don't see any damage or anything, right? There's no damage.
Nope.
Once I pulled it out, you can't even see the hole. It didn't bleed, nothing. How did it get there?
That's what I would like to know.
This was years. This was 10 years ago. And I'll never forgot because every time I look at my feet, I'm like, dude, you better not be growing hair on the bottom of your feet, dog. I will just cut these off right now.
Like
some
Cro-Magnon
bionic feet.
Man. You're like, you're regressing.
That's disgusting. Listen, if you got hair bottom of your feet, write us. You can't write us yet, but put a note down and write us later.
Shoot us a message.
Shoot us a DM. Right now, we are only across Twitter. I think AI Joe's on Twitter.
Yeah.
Real Joe might still be on Twitter. Maybe somewhere out in
Maybe.
the Appalachians, wherever he is hunting Bigfoot. And so write us on Twitter or IG. I know my IG hasn't been active, but dude, listen, I don't get signals when I go look for Joe Skelly. So
it's so crazy to me.
it's disgusting. Apparently it's some of that's like one of the worser injuries you can get as a hairstylist,
Right.
which makes sense.
Right.
Right?
The dangers of being a hairstylist.
That's the only reason I know is my sister's a hairstylist. So she came home when we were really young one day and she's like, I got to go pick my hair splinters out. And I was like, what the fuck did you just say?
Oh, God.
Like multiples too.
Oh.
And then splinters and hair, implied context. You know, you don't take rocket science.
Right.
And I was like, are you kidding? And she's like, no, look. And just on her arms, I was like, homie, I would wear gloves and shit the rest of my life if I had that job.
Oh.
I do not. Because think of how gross is that job in general?
touching-
Shout out to all of our barbers.
And hairstylists.
Yes, because you guys have a job that is, you're not doing medical stuff, but you're dealing with medical grade catastrophes, so to speak.
Oh, I'm
Like
sure there's some terrible
the
heads.
lice, the skin
Conditions,
infections,
yeah.
the hair conditions. I wash my hair every time before the barber, no matter what, just
It's
out of
just
courtesy.
it's
just out
respect
of
and courtesy.
And a little bit of my mom. I'm like, I don't want smutch on my face. So
Yeah.
I never go to the barber if I'm sweaty. I never go to the barber if it's gross. I take a shower. I go right at 7 a.m., get it done.
That's just respectful.
Yeah. So it's hair splinters.
Yeah, people that go to the stylist or barber with dirty hair, shame on you.
Yeah.
I don't care if they're going to wash your hair while you're there. Shame on you for going with dirty hair.
Yeah. And if you're making them wash your hair, you better be tipping them too. Like, you should definitely be tipping your barber for those personal services. I can't even get the Mega Beast to wash my hair.
But
You know? Well, I mean, why would she?
you're an adult.
Right, but sometimes sometimes you're busy playing with ships in the tub. You want to get two things done.
So you're sitting
And
in the
I'm like-
bathtub with your toys.
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
Like,
and
Will you
I'm
wash my hair?
Right. I'm like, just can you do this, Mega Beast? I gotta go. You know? Shout out to all our people who had moms who washed their hair till they were 13. I don't
Oh my God.
I don't know any of those guys personally, but I
No,
know
right,
you
right,
exist.
right,
I know
right.
you exist because
Right.
I heard rumors about some people that we knew, you know.
Okay.
Hey, that's cool, dog. You know? Not getting those hair splinters.
Yeah,
Wash them all out.
you're making my hands hurt.
Yeah? Did you see, you've never thought about it, but every time you fucking come home, how do you check to see if your hair's clean when you're showering? You run your hand through it,
Yes.
right? You get done shampooing, and then you're sitting there and you're
I've
like,
never
all
had
right,
a hair splinter from my own hair.
right. That's what I'm saying. But how many times could it have happened? Is what I mean. Because you wash your hair, then you go like this, and what do? You check your hand to see if there's any hair left, right?
No,
Because you don't
soap.
want
Soap.
no, after you soap, I'm saying.
All right. Yeah,
When
but
you're
I'm checking
totally
to see I
done-
make sure I got all the soap out of my hair.
Yeah, but you'll know if you left some shavings in there if it shows
Oh,
up
you're
on your
talking
hand.
post haircut.
Yes.
Okay.
Right after. Yes.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
bad. Yeah, right after you run home, you take a shower, you soap your hair, you rinse it out all real good. But when you were younger, you know, you'd rub your hand through, you're like, oh, there's still some hair on the side. I missed the sideburns or whatever.
Right.
So you got to go back in there and soap. And then you leave hair in your ears. Bro, what if you had a hair splinter in your ear?
Oh,
Huh.
yeah, I'm going to get medical help for that. Just saying.
Light
I'm
it on
just saying.
fire. Light it on fire.
You know, oh God. So the other thing I wanted to talk about, and we were supposed to talk about this months ago, was that Texas Ultra Marathon,
Oh.
where they do it, but it's not like your regular ultra marathon. It's like a
Hold on.
double ultra
Hold
marathon.
on. First, explain to the people who are not marathoners what an ultra marathon is.
So your normal marathon is 26.2 miles.
I like how the word normal was used first on that.
Right.
Good, very good.
And as I understand it, an ultra marathon's like 100 and something miles.
Oh,
Right. But then there's some crazy marathons that are 24 hours. It's not a mileage based
yeah,
thing.
it's the circles.
It's a 24-hour run.
That's the one that David Goggins did by himself.
Yeah.
He did that 100-mile by himself. It was just circles.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Like,
that's what he's kind
and
of.
then there's like the ultra that are like 200 miles.
Now, if this is a marathon, remind me, don't they do multiple exercises or something? Or
No,
is
it's
that,
just
that's a
running.
triathlon.
It's just
The marathon
running.
is just the running. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. I just
right.
answered my own question.
But they do the one in Texas where if you complete the race, they give you like
Tesla.
a coin or
Right.
yeah, but you only it's a horseshoe, I think.
Oh,
And you only get it if you complete it.
and what's completion?
Like you have to cross the finish
The
line.
120 miles?
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah.
Could you imagine going there and failing that?
Yeah, like, hey, you signed up for the
be
marathon.
sad.
Here's your little medal for the marathon. You may not have finished it, but you still get it. Texas is like, no, fuck that. You
Good.
got to cross the finish line.
Well, you shouldn't get medals for showing up there.
Right.
I mean, that's just common sense. The fuck?
But I think you get as I recall, you get a horseshoe
Yeah.
for completing it. And yeah. We should have talked about this months ago. I was way more spun up about it, but I just came across it in the
I'm
notes.
not going to lie. I would be excited about this horseshoe. Like once
Dude.
I had it,
Oh, right.
this reminds me of challenge coins.
Right. This
Which-
would be like a treasured
Right,
piece.
right.
Right.
Listen, when you were working for the city water department, did they have any challenge coins for holding your breath in the water?
No.
Oh, see? Well, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't give challenge coins for putting milk on a shelf either, so.
No, they
no,
don't.
No. So we need to get, that's what we need to do. I mean, we're not going to go to Texas, But I might write somebody and see if I could buy one of them horseshoes off eBay. I'll be like, I finished this Texas thing.
Oh, bro, that would be shameful.
That's
if you
shady,
could.
right?
That would be
That's
shameful
shady.
if you could. Because like people go down.
Listen,
on this
some
thing.
girl named Tabitha with fucking Nikes would be pissed. She'd be like, "You son of a bitch!
You didn't earn
You
that.
imposter!"
Yeah.
Right.
Take a picture.
Where'd you get that? It's a souvenir.
Oh no. That wouldn't work out.
Bought it off a guy at the end.
Look, hey, go on eBay and see if you can find the Texas Ultra Marathon
horseshoe. You know,
award.
Listen, for all the people that we know combined together and your internet AI brain, you know there's some motherfucker who finished that race and didn't take the horseshoe.
Well,
you know it.
Dude, if some nutter didn't take...
You know it.
Find out how many miles that is. You get the horseshoe at the end of it. Because I think it's something... I think it's even more than 100 miles.
I'm just saying, you know, there's a nutter out there who did it and was like, I don't need this horseshoe to prove that I'm a man, and gave it away to some kid while he was walking out.
Well...
I want to meet that guy.
Yeah. That's a tough as nails person.
They're out there.
Yeah.
We just finished watching those videos about
go down.
some of these dudes that...
And there might even be a circuit, and you get a coin
for hitting like 50% or something.
If you do all of the races, at each race you get a coin.
Yeah.
And then there's like an ultimate, like you completed all of these races. I could be wrong about this.
It's 65 miles along this one, but it's changing elevation.
So
up and down hills and
65 miles with changing elevation. Is that the one where you win the horseshoe?
Listen, my longest race ever
in like 112 degree weather.
No.
Right?
Yeah. My longest race ever was 10 miles. That's not that far. It didn't even take that long. Like 10.
Right.
That's 6 times that. And by the time I was done with 10, I had to peel my clothes off. You know what I'm saying? It was in the cold weather, so it was not good for me.
Well, here's what I could tell you when I ran a marathon. Before the marathon, I put duct tape over my nipples.
I didn't do that either.
And everybody I was running with was laughing at me. And I said, well, that's fine. You can laugh at me now. But by mile 18, when your soaking wet shirt is bloody from your chafed nipples.
From your bad nipples.
You won't be laughing. And I watch guys running, holding their t-shirts off their chest with blood just running down
get rid of the shirt, bro. What are you doing? You're literally expending extra fucking energy for the defense of your nipples. Of which, or like this, I pull the nipple shirt forward and just snip.
Yeah.
And then I'm running down the thing. I look like fucking Deadpool with nipples hanging out. Deadpool with nipples eyes.
But you would have to have scissors.
We didn't pack any shears? No. We need those for the nipples.
Yeah. But this race is insane. All these races they're doing out there are out of control. But that's like the one they do a crazy ultra marathon in Colorado that goes through the mountains.
So they have a last man standing one where
everyone
goes until they can't stop.
Oh yeah, they also have a last man standing.
The winner did 235 miles.
Last man standing ran 235 miles.
They both quit at the same time.
My man looked over, gave him the top, and they were like, he was like,
Let's stop punishing
and
ourselves.
They agreed. The dude nodded. They held hands and walked it in, bro. You better hold my hand. I'll make sure you're not walking ahead of me, motherfucker. You not take one extra step. Oh, so he had like parasites and all this other infectious shit.
Last man standing race.
200 something miles.
235 miles.
So again, at my whopping 10 miles, that's like 25 laps of the whatever track there is. Like that's.
No, but this isn't
horrible.
On a track, man. Most of these aren't on tracks.
No, I know.
They're over elevation.
The destination.
Yeah.
We'll say the course.
The one in Colorado. So the really interesting is they had this one in Colorado, right? That's thousands of feet of elevation change, and it's like 100 crazy mileage, right? So there is a indigenous group of people that live in Mexico that.
Oh yeah, they just walk
run
everywhere.
No, they run from village to village, and each village is like 50 miles apart.
Right.
And what they do is they'll kick a ball to entertain themselves while they're running.
Oh, okay.
So this really famous marathoner found this group of people in Mexico and invited a couple of them back to run this race in Colorado. And the elevation they live in Mexico is the same elevation as this race.
They didn't care.
And they crushed everybody by
always do.
A day.
Listen.
They said these guys would run And they brought beer with them. And they would run way out in front of people, sit down, drink beer, and then take off running again, kicking this ball. And they just crushed everybody.
That's ridiculous.
And made all the...
They even brought their own ball.
Yeah, they even brought their own ball. Like,
you know they did.
But this is like normal fare for them. Hey, you got to run to Alsace Village and come back with this message. So that's like 100 miles in a day, you know, whatever it is.
You know what that is? That's that old cow story. You carry the cow every day up the mountain. And as he grows, you get stronger and stronger and stronger, and it's just your life, right?
Right.
You have to do it.
You don't know any different,
The old fable was something like you're carrying the cow up the mountain for water or some shit, and like that would be the thing, right? And then the guy grows, and he's the biggest dude in the world.
Right.
That's how that happens.
Well,
if you're not doing it every day for life, you're not going to beat these people.
That same group of people in Mexico, some of their women who also do the same amount of running, were showing up to marathons in like full dresses and sandals.
Oh yeah, I saw the picture. Yeah.
And they were just crushing.
Running them in sandals made out of like fucking palm tree leaves, it looked like. I mean, those were like chanclas, bro.
Bro. And they were crushing everybody in full dresses and
she's
sandals.
Like takes the chancla off while she's running and like whacks you in the head. Get out of the way, and like, right?
Dude,
she's like, oh, you guys are blocking the way. She throws the chancla ahead, fucking hits somebody in the head. They fall down and out of the way. She picks it up as she passes.
Dude,
see you later.
It's insane. These people, dude, there's some humans out there that are just specially talented. What's this?
So do you think that's just the history?
Oh, that's the one.
So,
yeah, 235.2 miles.
So do you think that girl could outwork you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, their stamina's just uncalled for.
Dude, first of all, they're doing it at altitude.
Right.
Right. At like 8,000 feet
So they're
on a
doing
daily
what
basis.
Armstrong used to pay for.
Right. Yeah.
He's like, quick, give me some blood. Give me my own blood and put me in the chamber, and then let's get out and run.
Right. No, that's just
she's
daily
better.
life.
She's better than Jason Bourne. Jason Bourne's like, how do I know I can run a mile in 7-minute flat at this altitude? The lady's like, look at my chancla, Bourne. Look at my chancla. I ran 10 times that in half the time.
Right. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Ridiculous.
That's wild as shit.
Listen, imagine if she was your train wife. Remember we talked about train wives?
No.
So train wives is one of our more successful ideas too, right? We're going to make a business where we get you a wife that shows up, but by the end of the day, they're all train hopper girls, so they leave you by nighttime. So you get a train hopper wife for one night, right? You put that broad as a train hopper wife, the train takes her 50 miles and she comes back. And you're like, how'd you get back here? I put you on the train. And she's like, look at my chancla. You see this chancla? No train.
I ran back.
Yeah, I ran back, bitch. And then she hits you with it. So those people essentially would be the worst train wives.
Yeah, they would be.
So if you want a train wife, don't get the marathon runners from Mexico with the sandals that are whooping everyone's ass.
Yeah, don't do that. That's train wives. We'll have to talk offline about how not a good idea that is, and how we have
it's
to
a good idea. It's a good idea. 24-hour train wife.
Oh,
you
Lord.
think you're just getting settled in, and she disappears.
Yeah.
It's like, where'd she go? She caught the 9 o'clock to Kentucky.
There you go.
It's over. It's done. Shit was. He's like, I was just getting her to take a bath and get rid of those hair splinters.
Oh.
I was picking her hair splinters out, and she just got up and left.
Gotta go.
You think she has hair splinters or just dreads?
Dreads.
Oh, okay. Dreads.
Can
Dreads.
you get hair splinters
Dreads.
from dreads? I don't think so.
Nope, don't even say it. I know what's going to happen next. I don't want the list of shit you can get from that. I don't know why I think you might have that in your brain, but don't say anything. All right, shout out to our man Bob Marley, who said they said he died with 32 bugs in his hair or some
32 different types of lice.
Oh, what?
Yes.
What was he collecting them all over the world?
Who knows? Yeah, there's more than one type.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Thank you for pointing. Look up how many lice there are there, guy.
Oh, God.
That's disgusting. Listen, we need a PSA for our boys. Some of our boys here are they have train hopper wives because they're train hoppers, so we got to help our boys out.
Well, they can't get away from them if they both are train hopping at the same time.
Well, you got to you got to learn your directions, and then, she goes north, you go south type of deal.
Then
I tell her I'm going to Germany and I go to Canada. When she finds out I'm in Canada, it's too bad. I've already moved to Jamaica. I write her and tell her I'm going to London. And
how do you write her
Mexico.
if she's on a train?
Well, it's the new world.
Okay.
It's the new world.
Email.
Smoke signals.
Guess how many types of lice there are?
How many?
5,000.
5,000 different types of lice.
Why are you ruining my life, AI Joe Skelly? Why are you ruining my life?
Just be happy.
I would like you to put me back in.
Nope.
You son of a bitch.
Nope.
You son of a bitch.
We took you out of the Matrix. You have to stay here.
Fuck. Shout out. No, listen.
You want that delicious steak, and I'm not allowing it.
This is my PSA. Just don't ask for what you can't handle. Don't ask to be taken out of the Matrix. Eat the steak. Eat the steak.
Eat the steak.
Oh. Eat the steak. Not with your train wife, though.
Is that a new T-shirt idea?
Eat the steak.
Eat the steak. Mark that one down.
Hold on. I'm going to write it. I have to move the mic, so don't be mad if I get quieter. Me and Joe Skelly are working on that.
Anyway.
Eat the steak. It's there now, man.
Yeah, it's in writing.
It's in writing.
It's not going anywhere.
This book is forever. It's in eternity. The real Joe Skelly got me on this. He said right in here, because he knew you were coming. Keep this safe.
Keep it
Keep
safe.
this safe.
For when he returns?
Well, so you can't get it. We don't want the rest of the world to get it. Okay, these are treasures.
Like Eminem's rap book. Remember when
exactly? He's like, show it to me. He's like, no,
but he's like, I'm
gonna use this
you remember
later.
when he got stolen?
That's for real?
Yeah.
No, I've never heard this story. Tell me this.
So he was traveling somewhere, and the book that he used to write all his lyrics in got stolen.
Get the fuck
or he lost
out of
it.
here.
It's one or the other, and he had a big reward out for it.
Look that up, Shaggy. Did he get it back?
I can't remember.
Could you imagine finding Eminem's book? That'd be a rabbit hole.
What's it worth on eBay?
Who cares? I just keep it. Yeah. What's it worth on eBay?
You'd be better off taking it to like a huge Christie's auction or something.
Yeah, you'd have to get it appraised. What's the weird shit that? Listen, shout out to our man, the M's. You know, he's not going anywhere for a while, but like Elvis, blue suede shoes.
Right.
I know that's in a museum somewhere.
Oh,
I
the
also
shoes
saw
are?
it in. I also saw it in the zombie movie. But like, think about it. How much it's Eminem and all he wears is like sweat jumpsuits and shit and like Nikes. What are they gonna? These are Eminem's Nike 70K. Like,
listen,
we think he toured.
I just seen a guy this week that had the 6-striped Adidas tracksuit.
Ooh, that's gangster though.
But it did say Adidas on it. It was just 6 stripes on a brown tracksuit. So that's like that South Face jacket.
Did he? Oh, new brand coming, South Face.
Dude, it was somebody was wearing this knockoff North Face, and it had the North Face logo, except it said South Face, and they were all upside down.
Wow.
And they were all over the jacket.
Wow. That should be our new company name.
South Face.
South Face.
How about
Southhead.
About Face?
A lot of about faces in the water department. So you don't want a train wife.
No, I'm out.
Out of the train wife, especially. And you don't want a hairstylist now. We know that.
Why not?
Because you'll be digging those fucking splinters out of her ass forever.
Oh, as a wife.
Yeah. What if she came home and she's like, can you dig this splinter out? And you're like, sure, baby, give me your hand. And she goes, it's in my thigh, the inside. You're like, what the fuck? How did that happen?
Maybe they were wearing shorts.
That's the most logical explanation we could come up with. Listen, you showed me something the other day while we in the AI world. Japan has those body chairs now to control robots.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about that?
Dude, it reminds me of that book, Ready Player One. Which they turned into a movie.
So Ready Player One is good and amazing. I like that. That's that idea of you
for
going
those of you
into
that
the
don't know what it
meta-universe.
is.
Yeah, you should go check it out.
Ready Player One was a book about in the future people were living in the real world, but they could put on a full body reactive suit and VR goggles and go into virtual reality, into the VR world.
And everything was more that way too.
What do you mean?
Everybody was spending a majority of time in there. That was like the whole point of that movie.
Right. That's the downfall was everybody was spending all of their time in the VR world because it was an escape from their current existence.
Which was everybody living in a closet on top of each other.
Right.
Shout out to China.
And I mean, how far away are we from that? Right? Not that far.
You and I have migrated away from that. So yes, we are not that far. We see it in vision. We've seen it in time. We're seeing it in real time.
But I mean, so now you put on a VR suit and sit in a reactive chair that reacts or ties in with your synapses, right?
It beats sitting in your underwear in the studio.
And then you control robots, right?
So here's my thing:
that's like those kids that are doing those drone races. Have you seen that?
Which ones were they hot link the eyes and they were going 100 miles an hour?
Yeah, they're like wearing VR goggles and doing FPV drone races.
I want one of those. We have the POV drone picked out that we're going to pick up for the studio later so we can hunt Bigfoot. And it's pretty amazing. It comes directly linked to goggles. So it's just literally POV. Would you want to fly that?
I might. I would be interested in flying one of those.
Would that be a cool angle to see? What do you think about all these young kids that are flying drones now? Drones have become so popular with the young generation.
Well, I mean, it's also the next generation of warfare.
I wasn't going to say it, but you went there.
I did go there.
He went there. Listen, if you can't fly...
you want to talk about... It's already upscaled. They're already talking about the release of the next generation warplane. It's like the F-47.
Be unpiloted, right?
No. It has a neural link to the pilot, which is something we talked about not that long ago, and it comes with 6 drones that use AI. And while the pilot's flying, the drones are its wingman, and after a while, it learns from you and it reacts to what you're thinking before you do it because it's already learned your patterns.
That was called Terminator 1.
Well, they're talking about releasing it within the next 10 years.
What's the movie? I know there's a movie about this. I just can't remember what it is. But it's a movie where they were battling machines, but the machines had anticipated everything people were going to do, so they were able to do it before the people, and it just defeated everybody. What the fuck movie was that? X-Men? No,
I don't know. I can't help you with that.
No,
that sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, it is. The Sentinels did get to take X-Men's powers after a while, though, so that is pretty nightmarish.
Right.
You hit the Sentinel with a laser beam, and he claps back like he's Cyclops' older brother. I'd be pissed.
I'd be super
I'd be like,
upset.
homie, you stole my power, and you shot me with it. That's fucked up.
That's insulting.
That is some discrimination right there. That's racist as fuck.
Why?
Like,
How is that racist?
Because you're stealing my DNA and just using it against me. You're like beating me. She's like, look at the chancla, bitch. Crack on Wolverine's head. We can't deal with that, man.
I just think all this tech is moving way faster than we are able to comprehend.
All right, listen, Elon. And with that, the middle of our show PSA, we are at the mid-mark right now. Kids, don't do meth.
Yeah, stay away from meth.
Don't do meth.
I'm not sure what this came from.
If you want to do meth, you text me or AI Joe Skelly.
Don't.
And we will tell you, do not do meth.
Yes, I'll just tell you that
reply.
now. You don't even have to message me. I'll just tell you right now, don't
do meth.
Right.
Don't do meth. That's our we have to have mid PSAs now.
Oh, is that a new thing?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Middle of the show PSA.
We have to. We're trying to avoid the cock genocide of Louisiana. Shout out Sensei Seagal.
I don't think he was on meth when he killed all those chickens.
You don't know that?
Well, he was working for the police, so he could have been.
Right. They just pass it out like candy.
I don't think they do that, but
they gave Sensei Seagal a badge and let him jam cocks. You really questioning whether or not they would hand you a little tiny pill?
You like to beat that horse to death.
He killed a lot of roosters that day. Them was fighting roosters. You know how many thousands of dollars that is?
That's a lot of money.
That's 3,000 at 99 fucking cocks. That's a lot of money. That's why they don't want him.
Well, that's why he's overseas right now. He's got a warrant.
Animal abuse.
He's got a warrant.
Animal abuse.
He doesn't want to come back.
From Louisiana. Nobody wants to go back to Louisiana. Shout out to Louisiana.
All those people who live there do. They like Louisiana.
That's because when they needed to leave, they just wouldn't let them. That's different.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
That's different. And we love Louisiana. Like, I love it. Shout out to our boys and our people we have a sponsor whose whole family's from there. He looks like a Baton Rouge wee man. Shout out to him. He don't listen to the show, so it's okay. He's never going to hear this. But shout out to him.
The Baton Rouge wee man.
Baton Rouge wee man.
That's an interesting take on a
Listen,
on a person.
Our boys out there are fucking laughing because everybody loved Wee Man.
Yeah. And the funny, like,
AI Joe Skelly's
I'm laughing with you or at you.
Come on, Jackass was good. I mean, I don't know. Okay, that's a good question. So on the terms of Jackass, are you laughing at them or with them?
Generally at them.
There you go.
So they made a lot of money by making asses of themselves.
Yep.
On purpose.
Well, And now
and some of them are permanently disabled from that.
Listen, my man's rooster don't work.
Yeah, that's
you know
right.
That,
he has
right?
to self-calf every single day.
Oh, dog, why'd you have to say it like that? We could have just
Because
said he got
it's
a bag. True. I didn't know that.
No, he doesn't have a bag. He has to stick a catheter
every
day in order to drain
I really
his bladder.
Gotta watch where I'm walking, you guy. Shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the glowing bar, Fukushima Boom Boom.
Boom Boom Fukushima.
Tell him.
No, dude.
Beautiful bar. Waterfalls everywhere.
No,
your food is distributed on little what did you say? Little boats of and the river is just green fluorescent sludge, as you said.
No.
Remember this? Boom boom. Boom boom.
So yeah, it was a terrible business idea.
Whoa, terrible.
I don't know.
What
look,
are you talking about?
So
how long until you throw surprise Jesus under the bus, guy?
I'm not throwing him under the bus,
right,
but the idea on the wall that there is a burn up reactor with water leaking down the wall as a waterfall that's glow in the dark that goes into a trough, and when your food shows up, they put it on a boat that floats down the trough around.
I forgot about that part.
And the place is called Boom Boom Fukushima. But Boom Boom Fukushima could also be a great name for a punk band.
I'm gonna make a boom. I said I'm gonna make a Boom Boom Fukushima. Listen, I'm gonna make a punk band where it's the same. Okay, every song that's written is the same words, and the chorus is always Boom Boom Fukushima. So it's gonna be like one sentence, the chorus, and then the song. But there's gonna be 50 songs with the same shit. Is that possible?
No, that wouldn't work.
Why? It's
because it'd be like the same song.
I thought they said punk music was great with just 2 chords.
No, it's 4 chords.
4
or 5 chords, not choruses. Chords.
Right. Get out of here. It's not 4. I used to hear it was 3.
It was 3, and then they progressed.
Oh.
To
was
4.
That because the ska guys, or how'd that work? The ska guys came in like, listen, you guys have belittled it long enough. Put a 4th one in.
Because they're like, we got like 12.
You got to ask Tommy Skelly, is the 4th chord an A minor? So he can bring it down and do some Frank Sinatra shit?
You would have to message him on that.
We will. I'll make a note of that. Be like,
ask Tommy Skelly, why'd you add the 4th chord to punk?
Because he needed that minor. He wanted to put in that one of those Italian like ballads mixed with punk.
Oh.
I wonder if that's possible. We're gonna have to seek reference on that later.
Anything's possible.
Boom boom.
Wow.
We're going all the way.
Well, listen, on a sidebar to that, you know that whole region that was affected by that massive wall of water that killed all those people, right? You know that entire region's now haunted, right? And there's shit tons of ghost stories that are coming out of
what
that
the
area.
fuck are we talking about?
Japan, from that tsunami that hit them.
Oh,
that caused Fukushima to go nuclear.
Oh, right.
That whole area of Japan is now haunted, and there are tons of ghost stories coming out of there, and people talking about these people showing up on their doorstep at night, soaking wet, knocking on the door.
I'd like to believe this, but this might be biggest. I got to be careful.
Oh, you have to be careful?
Well, I don't know if it's a pigus.
It's not.
I don't know if it's a biggest.
It's not a biggest. It's a real thing. You could Google. Hey, my man, just Google the ghost.
I'm supposed to try that. I don't
ghost
think
of Fukushima.
We should definitely do not Google boom boom in front of that though.
Do not.
I don't want the rest of the AI world to find out about our business.
We've already had a couple of those ideas stolen from us.
The milk one.
The milk bar. No. The milk bar. The cereal bar got stolen.
No, they haven't done the main part, which was the green part. No, they got the drive-through. It was the green part they didn't do, which was post the pictures on like you wanted, so these motherfuckers can't litter.
Well, that's true.
So until they go green, don't give them any of your boom boom.
Yeah, fuck them.
No, fuck them.
They stole the idea.
And they didn't even do it right.
Yeah.
Like we give the whole idea. Surprise Jesus. Jesus that surprises.
Right.
A boom boom Fukushima. Seafood. Fucking sushi bar. How do you not know that? It's in the title. Just makes no sense. You know?
People are missing out.
Right.
Missing out on all these great ideas.
Horror bath bombs.
Oh, yeah. I totally. That's one I forgot about.
Speaking of.
That's one I forgot about.
Forgot about those bricks, too. Okay.
Which bricks?
The ones that the sheriff took with him. So, listen. I lost my train of thought.
I can't believe you just dropped that.
I had a question. I had a legit one for 1 second, and it fucking threw me.
I can't believe you dropped that.
There it is. How many teeth you got in your pocket right now, A.I. Just Kelly?
Like 6. I got summer
You
teeth.
fucking
Some are in my
liar.
mouth, some are in my pocket.
Some are in his pocket.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a shirt.
Oh, yeah. That is a shirt.
Listen, would your train wife have summer teeth?
Listen, teeth is...
I'm being dead serious. I'm not trying to be a joker. I'm asking, like, is that going to be
Do you have
problem?
a choice?
How the fuck should I know? I've never hopped a train.
Listen, you might... If you're having a train... So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Is your train wife only your wife for the duration of the trip?
The day.
For the duration of the trip?
No, you don't even have a trip. The business
Listen. You hop a train and meet a young lady on the train.
Okay, we'll do it like that.
And you become train husband and wife.
Perfect.
Conjugal visit kind of thing.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? You're only... Are you
it's-
just train husband and wife for the duration of the trip?
It's hard when the other 6 people are looking.
Do you think
It's a
they
lot.
care?
No, absolutely not, but I care.
All right.
You know, we have to go up top to the sunroof. the sunbathing area. You know what I mean? How many trains...
Here's my thing. For anybody out there in the listener land who has hopped trains, you should DM the show and tell us about your experience hopping trains.
I want to talk to a train hopper so bad. When's the last time you and I... Well, the last time you and I together were with a train hopper was at that show with that wonderful barista who was screaming, F the police in a non-rapping way. So listen, when you're a pudgy bitch wearing Vans and a barista outfit yelling F the police with your bongo drum on the ground.
Oh, rolling around on the ground? I forgot about her.
Of the bar that looks like you're going to get fucking tetanus and herpes and definitely some hair splinters. You're not right in the head.
I thought she worked at the bar.
I did too.
I thought she worked at the bar. I was like,
I did
wow, I've never walked into the bar where the waitress
she's wearing a barista outfit.
Was wearing an apron.
Starbucks.
Yeah, was wearing an apron before. Okay.
And she had flair.
And she had flair. I almost asked her to go
flair,
get, for a beer or something, but then I noticed she was playing the bongos with the band screaming, fuck the police, flopping around on the ground playing the bongos. I was really thrown by that whole thing.
Especially at her weight level.
Ugh.
I'm impressed. You've definitely got some, I'm going to say...
Stamina?
What muscle is that if you're laying on your back pushing across the floor with your feet? Like your legs? Is that just your quads? What are we doing here?
It's like doing squats.
You already know thick girls' quads are stronger anyways because they got to carry that extra weight.
Wow.
So, it's science, bro.
It's science?
9th grade science, we had catapults, and I was like, listen, there's some bitches you couldn't
I've heard people tell me, listen, there's some of this science is bullshit because I've had people tell me I'm just big boned. Listen.
That's not real.
That's not real. There are very few humans that have bigger bone structure than other humans.
Listen, the only human, if you're 5'5" and the guy next to you is 5'5", you're not going to have different bone structure. Get the fuck out of here. Now, if you're 5'5" standing next to Andre the Giant, I would say my man could beat you to death with his femur if he took it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, he's all right. That's a different.
But I'm saying that's the only way that this whole
you're going to have unless you're Neanderthal, and they had thicker, denser, heavier bones.
Did they?
Yes.
For beating people to death with?
No, they were just bigger.
You know what we never talk about, speaking of that?
People with Neanderthal foreheads?
Besides that, which I never could grasp all that shit.
I mean, you've seen them, though.
The pictures? Yeah.
No.
You mean the real people?
People walking around today that...
You're talking about the ones with the 10 heads.
Yeah, with the big
could
Neanderthal...
land like a B-52 on it and shit.
They could headbutt you to death.
Yeah.
And they got the sunken eyes.
Look like Conehead. Oh, the sunken eyes too?
Yeah, big brow.
I thought that was from the
giant
drinking.
Brow and sunken... No, that's because they have Neanderthal DNA.
Oh. Well, I'm not going to call anybody out for them DNA. I'm pretty bad at guessing by just the last name, so I'm thinking DNA is not going to be my specialty. You know what I'm saying? They're like, where's that guy
Those
from?
short, squat people with big square heads and sunken eyes and no neck.
We like Reese's Cups with our Spam, so what are you going to say?
That's your people. I forgot.
Short, squat, no necks.
Yes.
That's what we were talking about. Some of them got Neanderthal foreheads.
Is your island still afloat? It hasn't capsized yet.
Listen, dude, they've got some of the people from your city water department because I think they want to make a rudder on one side, like one of those old river boats, steamboats that kind of push the water. Yes, thank you. They're going to put one of those plus a waterfall that's going to go up and across, and it's going to drop water on this side, and that's going to balance it out.
Oh, to keep the island from capsizing.
That way you can kind of do whatever you want, but we got this floating Greek reservoir of balance above us.
Oh.
It's perfect.
Sounds impressive.
It is impressive. Wait for the video. Wait for the video. Wait for. Was it?
Yeah.
Damn it!
It was the Romans that made.
I'm never good at guessing those.
Yeah, well,
Romans, Greeks.
They're not the same.
They all did some weird
They're
shit.
not the same.
They all did some weird shit. I don't want to hear about it. Back to Neanderthal forehead motherfuckers with big bones.
Yes.
I just realized this right now.
What's that?
So growing up, the caveman pictures, it's always a caveman, like Fred Flintstone doing bone stuff, right?
What do you mean doing bone stuff?
Like Fred Flintstone, she used to have a bone in her hair.
Okay.
They would use it to drum.
Roma Flintstone.
Yeah, they would use it to drum. They had the little bones, right? The joke, right? It's cartoon.
Right.
But I'm thinking now to the pictures of people doing stuff, fire starting, whatever. So here's my question. This is going to go dark a little. Before they could get the dinosaur because they had the tools and the bones, do you think they were just using the homie's bones for later usage? Like he's like, hey man, you're about to biff it. Can I get your femur for a tool?
Okay.
And this is not to be weird. This is a genuine history / weird question. Welcome to our podcast.
Listen, that would go, well, I'm sure that cannibalism has existed in our past.
And and you took it another step
and it
of
still
darker.
exists,
I hadn't
and
even...
It still exists in
Son
some
of a
places.
Bitch. Why?
It still exists in some places on Earth in modern time. All right?
Listen, you know how I know you're fucking AI Joe Skelly?
How?
Because this show has turned. I've tried to be an equal partner, but the original fucking show was you coming up with fucked up shit and bombing me. You fucked me because you make me talk, and then you still fucking up me a level. Every fucking time I'm at red level, you fuck me again. Why did you go to cannibalism? I was trying to keep it nice.
Hold on. You didn't let me
You
finish.
went from, hey, Johnny, can I get that femur later, to, hey, Johnny, your femur tastes great. How you feeling?
Listen, you didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish.
That wasn't the finish? I don't want to be your train wife guy.
Listen, but here's the thing, though, right? Yes, it has existed. Yes, in times... Like in modern times, it's not because there's a scarcity of food. It's because those people are cannibals. But in olden times...
He said in modern times.
In olden times, yes, there were incidences of that stuff, right? Because there was scarcity of food, they weren't able to catch food, whatever, right? Anyway, but the reality of it is the human species has been burying their dead for a really long time.
Ah, that is true. We talked about this like 20
the Star
episodes
caves
ago
in South Africa.
Yes, we did.
Where they found those people buried in the cave
ceremoniously,
thousands of years
right
before they thought humans or humanoids,
not just thrown in there,
right, buried their dead.
And it wasn't a dragon sacrifice,
right?
Because it wasn't like the Ghost in the Darkness where there was a whole fucking pile of it.
Oh, with the two lions,
right?
Who are just savages,
right? Shout out to my man Val.
You could go visit those two lions in the Chicago Field Museum.
They got them stuffed in there.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
We've talked about this actually. Now that you mention it, how big are they?
They don't look that big, to be honest.
Get the fuck out of here. They were just lighten up. They're like, we're regular folk till we're not.
Well, and what they're trying to blame the kill death spree on these two lions is that they had tooth infections and that humans were easier to hunt than other animals, and that's why they did it.
Oh.
But the reality of it is they were killing for fun. They weren't killing for food.
I mean, the way that they talk about the amount of pile of stuff they had, they're like,
they
they're
killed
not
like 300 people.
Yeah, they're not consuming that fast.
No.
Dude, somebody, listen, I don't know who said this the other day to us. I don't know if it was maybe the real Joe Skelly or something, but sending me smoke signals. But somebody was like, oh, cats and lions, they'll let you die first before they eat you. And I was like, homie, that's not true. I don't know where you live, but there's videos all over where you can just watch lions eating out of live animals that are squirming.
Oh, well,
I don't know who the fuck said that, though. But anyways,
maybe the point was, if you die, the first animals to eat you in your home are your cats.
Oh, that is true. Fucking nasty bastards.
Right.
My trap house cat better not eat me. I rescued his ass.
They will.
You understand?
Listen, that's how backhanded they are. Oh, thanks for rescuing me. Thanks for doing this. Don't die because I'll eat you.
Your cats wouldn't do that.
Oh, yeah, they would.
Your cats just stand guard.
They're fucking bastards.
I think they're great.
Yeah, but we take them.
They stand guard.
Take them.
Well,
you're more than welcome.
I can. I need soldiers over there. I need to make sure there's safe people over there. Keep an eye. Keep an eye.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
You can do that.
Listen, we're going to get out of here because you keep fucking things up and making it worse. Cannibalism with 10 foreheads.
And we talked about the link of cannibalism and not suffering from mad cow.
Oh, the shakes. How do you prevent that? A little extra salt?
No, so prions cause
We
mad
went right
cow
back
disease.
into it. Yep.
Right?
Prions.
And when they had the mad cow disease outbreak in England, a very significant portion of the population was not affected. And science was like, why the fuck didn't they get it when these other people did and they ate the same meat? Doesn't make sense. Turns out that those people who didn't get the mad cow had a natural immunity to the prions.
Oh.
And the only way to get the natural immunity to the prions is
to have been ancestor of
cannibals.
Now, do you have to be doing it yourself, or can you be the descendants?
Descendants of the cannibals.
Okay.
Right.
I just was gonna make sure, they weren't like have that foot, checked it for hair splinters, but you got to get your prawns up, or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So the people who didn't get the mad cow disease were all descendants of cannibals.
That's disgusting. How'd you like to figure that out? That's like that 23andMe shit, right? They're like, oh, I hate these people. Oh, no, I am these people.
Right.
Get fucked.
Listen, that's like that guy I knew who did the 23andMe, right?
Yeah.
His name was Seamus.
Yeah.
He's got 300 years of back history in Ireland. Like
Right.
he could trace his family 300 years
Right,
back.
right.
His fucking name is Seamus. He does 23andMe and finds out he's 3% Irish. He was so fucking pissed. He's like, what the fuck?
Really?
Turns out he was like 97% Norwegian.
Oh.
So he was descendant of Vikings. The
Thanks.
Vikings landed in Ireland,
Yeah.
carved out a niche or
Yeah.
an area
Yeah. And then he is the descendant.
of the Vikings, but
Thanks.
all they did was keep marrying each other. That's how he's still
Right.
97% pure Norwegian and only
Thanks,
3%
Obama.
Irish.
Thanks. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Stupid.
don't do meth. Leave us a 5-star rating. We love you all. Thanks for checking us out on YouTube. As soon as I find Joe Skelly and get rid of this guy, we'll be back to normal. We are not back to normal yet. Don't worry though. We're still here.
It'll be all right.
You can't get rid of us. We're pretty infectious.
Yeah,
We're
we're
not-
anchored in.
We're not like Sensei Seagal's fucking law enforcement career.
We're anchored in.
All right. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for listening. Again, subscribe, like, pass it to your friends.
Hey, oh, you know what? Another PSA. It's been a while since we've had a "you guys should go fucking kill yourselves" message. Thanks for holding off on that for a while.
Yeah, I mean,
That was really nice.
yeah. Shout out to that girl.
Or that guy.
I know you're listening, babe. It's fine. All right, everyone, have a good day. AI Joe Skelly, just do your thing.
Later.